Mr. Frank?
Yes, Mead. Yes.
Everyone in the office has gone home. It's after 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Frank. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, Mead.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Frank, you can't leave here. This is your home. Amsterdam is your home. Your business is here waiting for you. You're needed here. Now that the war is over,
I can't stay in Amsterdam, Mead. It has too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. It's the house we lived in. It's the school. The street organ playing out there. I'm not the person you used to know me. A bitter old man. Forgive me. I shouldn't speak to you like this. After all that you did for us. It's a suffering.
No. No, it wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through. You and Mrs. Crawler. I'll remember as long as I live. Come, Meep.
Mr. Frank, did you see? There's some of your papers here. We found them in a heap of rubbish after you left.
Burns them.
Mr. Frank, they're letters. No.
Burns them! All of them.
Burn this?
Anna's diary? Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. Is it possible, Meep? Only 3 years ago. Dear Diary, since you and I are going to be great friends, I will start by telling you about myself. My name is Otto Frank. I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany the 12th of June, 1929. As my family is Jewish, we emigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power.
My father started a business importing spices and herbs. Things went well for us until 1940. Then the war came, and the Dutch defeat, followed by the arrival of the Germans. Then, things got very bad for the Jews. You could not do this and you could not do that. They forced Father out of his business. We had to wear yellow stars. I had to turn in my bike. I couldn't go to a Dutch school anymore. I couldn't go to the movies or ride in an automobile or even on a streetcar. And a million other things. But somehow, we children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, Father told me that we were going into hiding. Where, he wouldn't say. At 5 o'clock this morning, Mother woke me and told me to hurry and get dressed. I was to put on as many clothes as I could. It would look too suspicious if we walked along carrying suitcases. It wasn't until we were on our way that I found out where we were going. Our hiding place was to be upstairs in the building where Father used to have his business. 3 other people were coming in with us, the Fondans and their son, Peter. Father knew the Fondans, but we had never met them.
Something's happened, I know it.
Now, Carolee.
Mr. Frank said they'd be here at 7 o'clock. He said that
They have 2 miles to walk. You can't expect
They've
it.
been picked up. That's what happened. They've been taken.
You see,
Mrs. Fondant, Mr. Fondant, there's ever too many of the green police on the streets. We have to take the long way around.
Anna?
This is my wife Edith, Mr. and Mrs. Fondant, their son Peter, and my daughters Margaret and Anna.
I'm sorry, there's still so much confusion.
Please don't think of it. After all, we'll have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
I put the stores of food you sent in here. Your drugs are here, soap, linen, here.
Thank you.
I made up the beds, the way Mr. Frank and Mrs. Crawler said. Forgive me, I have to hurry. I've got to go to the other side of town to get some ration books for you.
Ration books? What if they see our names on the ration books? They'll know we're here.
You don't have to worry. Your names won't be on them. I'll be up later.
Thank you, Meep.
It's illegal then. The ration books. We've never done anything illegal.
We won't be living exactly according to regulations here.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market, helping all the hundreds and hundreds who are hiding out in Amsterdam.
It's the Vestertoren!
I must go. I must be out of here downstairs in the office before the workmen get here. Needs for I, or both of us, will be up each day to bring you food and news and find out what your needs are. Tomorrow I'll get you a better bolt for the door at the foot of the stairs. It needs a bolt that you can throw over yourself and open only at our signal. Oh, and tell them about the noise.
I'll tell them.
Goodbye then for the moment. I'll come up again after the workmen leave.
Goodbye, Mrs. Crawler.
How can we thank you?
I never thought I'd see the day when a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding. When you think
What did you mean about the noise?
First, let's take off some of these clothes.
It's a wonder we weren't arrested walking along the streets. Petronella with a fur coat in July. And that cat of Pater's crying all the way.
A cat? Oh, please. All right, I got on more.
Now, about the noise. While the men are in the building below, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there, not only in the workrooms, but in the offices too. The men come about 8:30 and leave about 5:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move only when it is necessary, and then in stocking feet. We must not speak above a whisper. We must not run any water. We cannot use a sink or even, forgive me, the WC. If the pipes go straight down through the workrooms, it would be heard. No trash. No trash must be thrown out, which might reveal that someone is living up here. Not even a potato paring. We must burn everything in the stove at night. This is a way we must live until it is over, if we are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6, we can move about. We can talk and laugh, and have our supper, and read and play games like we would at home. And now I think it would be wise if we all went to our rooms and were settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Van Daan, you and your husband will be upstairs. I regret that there's no place upstairs for Peter, but he will be here near us. This room will be our common room. We'll meet to talk and eat and read like one family.
And where do you and Mrs. Frank sleep?
This room is also our bedroom.
No.
It's your place.
That isn't right. We'll sleep here and you take the room upstairs.
Please, I sought this out for weeks. It's the best arrangement. It's the only arrangement.
Never can we thank you. I don't know what would have happened to us if it hadn't been for Mr. Frank.
You don't know how your husband helped me. When I came to this country, knowing no one, not able to speak the language, I can never repay him for that. Can I help you with your things?
No. Come along, Lika.
You're sure you're all right, Peter? You're not afraid?
Please, Mother.
You too much to rest, Edith. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Margaret.
I slept, Father. Wasn't that funny? I knew it was the last night in my own bed, and yet I slept soundly.
I'm glad on it. Now you'll be able to tell me strange things in here. Come with me. You and Margaret rest in this room for the time being.
You're sure? I could help, really. I'm not out of milk.
I'll give it to her. Anna, Peter, it's best if you took off your shoes now before you forget.
You're sure you're not tired, Anna?
I feel fine. I'm going to help Father.
Peter, I'm glad you're to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Wishy.
Wishy. I love cats. I have one, a darling little cat that they made me leave her behind. I left some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her. I'm going to miss her terribly. What is yours? A him or a her?
He's a Tom. Doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being a stranger, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, you ought to have him fixed to keep him from fighting. Where did you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
But that's where Margaret and I go. I never saw you around.
I used to see you sometimes.
You did?
In the schoolyard. You were always in the middle of a bunch of kids.
Why didn't you ever come over?
Sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off.
But you can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out?
Why, of course. You're right. Of course we don't need them anymore. I wonder what our friends will think when we don't show up today.
I didn't have any dates with anyone.
Oh, I did. I had a date with Yopi this afternoon to go and play ping pong at her house. Do you know Yopi Duvall?
No.
Yopi's my best friend. I wonder what she'll think when she telephones and there's no answer. Probably she'll go over to the house. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as if we'd suddenly been called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink, bed's not made. Look. It's still there. What are you going to do with yours?
Burn it.
It's funny, I can't throw it away. I don't know why.
You can't. Something they branded you with? That they made you wear so that they could spit on you?
I know, but after all, it is the Star of David, isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl.
Forgive me, Peter. Now let me see. You must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Anna was feeling so badly about hers. Here we are. Will it be comfortable in that?
Thanks.
And this room is your bedroom. But I warn you, Peter, you can't grow anymore. Not an inch. Or you'll have to sleep with your feet under the skylight. Are you hungry?
No.
Do you have some bread and butter?
No thanks.
You can have it for lunch instead. And tonight, we're going to have a real supper. Our first supper together.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's a nice boy, Peter.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
You'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months and months.
Anna, there's a box there. Will you open it?
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? I'm going to think of it as a boarding house. A very peculiar summer boarding house. Father! Father, my movie stars! I was wondering where they were. And Queen Wilhelmina? How wonderful!
There's something more. Go on. Look further.
A diary? I've never had a diary, and I've always longed for one. Pencil, 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 pencil! I'm going downstairs to the office to get a pencil!
Anna, no!
But there's no one in the building now.
It doesn't matter. I don't want you to ever go beyond that door.
Never? Not even at nighttime when everyone's gone? Or on Sundays? Can't I go down to listen to the radio?
Never. I'm sorry, Annika. It isn't safe. No, you must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It'll be hard, I know. But always remember this, Anila. There are no walls. There are no bolts, no locks that anyone can put on your mind. People bring us books. We will read history, poetry, mythology. Here's your milk. As a matter of fact, between us, Anna, being here has certain advantages for you. For instance, you remember the battle you had yesterday with your mother on the subject of overshoes? You said you'd rather die than wear overshoes, but in the end you had to wear them. Well, you see now, as long as you are here, you will never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? And the coat you inherited from Margaret, you won't have to wear that either. And the piano, you won't have to practice on the piano. I tell you, this is going to be a fine life for you.
I thought I'd better get some water for Mushi before.
Of course.
I expect I should be describing what it feels like to go into hiding. But I don't really know yet myself. I only know it's funny never to be able to go outdoors, never to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's the silence in the night that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step in the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. The days aren't so bad. At least we know that Meep and Mrs. Crawler are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen to them if the Nazis found out they were hiding us. Pim said they would suffer the same fate we would. Imagine, they know this, and yet whenever they come up here, they're always cheerful and gay, as if there was nothing in the world to bother them. Friday, the 21st of August, 1942. Today I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise, things are going better.
Take now. The last workman is left.
Whee! I'm first for the WC.
6 o'clock. School's over.
Have you seen my shoes?
Your shoes?
You've taken them, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I? Anna!
Wait till I get you.
I'm waiting. Don't, Peter! Stop it! Ow!
Anna, Peter!
Peter, where are you going? Come dance with me.
I tell you I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I'm going to give Mushi his dinner.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around while he eats.
Peter, please!
No!
Anna, I think you shouldn't play like that with Peter. It's not dignified.
Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified.
You complain that I don't treat you like a grown-up, but I do resent it.
I only want some fun. Someone to laugh and clown with. After you sat all day and hardly moved, you've got to have some fun. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
He isn't used to girls. Give him a little time.
Time? Isn't 2 months time? I could cry. Margaret, come dance with me. Come on, please. I have to help with supper. No, we're going to forget how to dance. When we get out of here, we won't remember a thing.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Next. Where's Peter? Where would he be?
Oh, his father will kill him if he sees him in that room and pays him his work not done. Anna, get him out of there, will you?
Da 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 da.
Peter!
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
I'm giving Mushi his dinner.
You know what your father says.
For heaven's sake, I haven't even looked at him since lunch.
Well, I'm just telling you, that's all.
I'll feed him.
I don't want you in there.
Peter!
All right, then give him his dinner and come right out. You hear?
Now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
For heaven's sake, please stop saying that.
Look at him blush, look at him.
Please, I'm not... Anyway, let me alone, will you?
He acts like it's something to be ashamed of, to have a little girlfriend. It's nothing to be ashamed of, to have a little girlfriend.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
And so what? You're 16, just perfect. Your father's 10 years older than I am. I warn you, Mr. Frank, if this war lasts much longer, you and I are going to be related.
Mazel tov.
Wonder where Meep is. She's so prompt.
Good evening, everyone. Forgive me if I don't stay. I have a friend waiting for me in there. My friend Tom. Tom Cat. Some people say we look alike, but Tom has the most beautiful whiskers, and I have only little fuzz. I'm hoping, in time.
All right, Mrs. Quack Quack.
Peter!
I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, they called you Mrs. Quack Quack. Oh, Mr. Smither made you write a composition. Quack Quack, said Mrs. Quack Quack.
Go on! Tell them the rest! How it was
quack, quack, quack. And from now on, stay out of my room.
Your hair. You're warm. Are you feeling all right?
Please, Mother.
You haven't a fever, have you?
Oh,
Anna, don't do that. You know we can't call a doctor here ever. There's only one thing to do. Watch carefully. Prevent an illness before it comes. Let me see your tongue.
no. Mother, this is perfectly absurd.
Anna, don't be such a baby. Let me see your tongue. Otto.
You hear your mother, Anna.
Come on, open up. You seem all right. But perhaps an aspirin.
For heaven's sake, don't give that child any more pills. I waited for 15 minutes this morning for her to come out of the WC.
I was washing my hair.
I think there's nothing's the matter with our Anna. Is that a ride on her bike or a visit with Yopi Deval wouldn't cure? Is that right, Anna?
Meat not come yet?
The workmen just left a little while ago.
What's for dinner tonight?
Beans.
Not again.
I know, Putti, but what can we do? That's all we brought us.
We are now in what is known as the bean cycle. Beans boiled, beans on casserole, beans with strings, beans without strings.
I saw you in there playing with your cat.
He only went in just for a minute, just to put his coat down. He's been out here the whole time doing his studies.
Anna, you got an excellent in your history paper today. And very good in Latin.
How about algebra?
I'll have to make a confession with you. Up until now, I've managed to stay ahead of you in algebra. Today, you've caught up with me. We'll leave it to Margaret to correct.
Isn't algebra vile, Pim?
Vile.
How did I do?
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
You should have used a subjunctive here.
Should I? I thought... Look here, I didn't use it here.
Mrs. Wondon, may I try on your coat?
Anna, no.
Oh, no, it's all right, but be careful with it. My father gave it to me the year before he died. He always bought the best that money could buy.
Mrs. Wondon, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anna, that's a personal question. It's not polite to ask personal questions.
Our house was always swarming with boys.
Oh God, not again.
One summer, we had a big house in
Hilversum.
The boys came buzzing around like bees around a jam pot when I was 16. We were wearing our skirts very short those days, and I had good-looking legs. I still have them. I may not be as pretty as I used to be, but I still have my legs. How about it, Mr. Frank?
All right, we see them.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Frank.
Mother, for heaven's sake.
Oh, I embarrass you, do I? Well, I just hope the girl you marry has as good. My father used to worry about me with so many boys hanging around. He said to me, if any of them cuts fresh, you say to him, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Look at you talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she puts it all down in that diary?
And so if she does, I'm only telling the truth.
Peter, would you mind if I moved you over to the couch?
You must have the radio on.
Haven't you finished yet? No. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
All right. I'm a dunce. I'm a hopeless case. Why do I go on?
Oh, you're not hopeless. Don't talk like that. It's just, you haven't got help like the girls have. Maybe you could help him, Mr. Frank?
I'm sure that his father would have...
Not me. I can't do anything with him. He won't listen to me. You go ahead if you want.
What about it, Peter? Shall we make our school co-educational?
Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Frank, an absolute angel. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one there. Oh, no! Sit down, Mr. Frank. Now, Peter, you listen to Mr. Frank.
It might be better for us to go into Peter's room.
Oh, yes, go. Peter, you listen to Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
Shh, I can hear a man's voice talking.
Isn't it bad enough that you're sprawling all over the place?
Well, if you didn't smoke so much, you wouldn't be so bad-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you've used up all those cigarettes.
One package. We've only brought me one
Oh,
package.
it's a filthy habit anyway. It's a good time to break yourself.
Oh, God's sake, stop it.
Well, you're smoking up all our money. You know that, don't you?
Will you shut up? And what are you staring at?
I never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And I never heard children so rude before.
I'm rude? Anna, will you please bring my knitting? I must remember when meat comes to ask you to bring me some more bowl.
I need some haircuts this episode. I made a list.
Have you some library books for meat when she comes?
It's a wonder Meek has a life of her own. The way we make her errands for us. Please, Meek, get me some starch. Please, take out my hair and have it cut. Tell me all the latest news, Meek. Did you know that she was engaged? His name is Dirk. And Meek's afraid the Nazis are going to ship him off to Germany to work him under their war plants. That's what they're doing with some of the young Dutchmen. They pick them up off the streets.
Don't you ever get tired of talking? Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes.
Come here, Anna, and finish your glass of milk.
Talk. I never heard such a child. Where's my... Every evening it's the same. Talk. Where's that?
What are you looking for?
My pipe. Have you seen my pipe?
Oh, what's the goods of pipe when you haven't got any tobacco?
At least I'll have something to hold in my mouth. Margaret, did you see my pipe?
It was on the table last night.
I know. Anna, did you see my pipe? Anna!
Anna, Mr. Van Dam is speaking to you.
Am I allowed to talk now?
Isn't it most aggravating? You know, the trouble with you is you've been spoiled. What you need is a good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so? Remember, I'm a lady.
Why aren't you nice and quiet like your sister Margaret? Why do you have to show off all the time? Let me give you a little advice, young lady. Men don't like that kind of thing in a girl. You know that? A man likes a girl who will listen to him once in a while. A domestic girl who will keep her house shining for her husband. Who loves to cook and sew
I
and...
cut my throat first. I opened my veins. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris to
Paris.
study music, art.
Yeah,
I'm going to be a famous dancer or a singer or something wonderful.
You clumsy little fool! The beautiful fur coat my father gave me!
I'm so sorry.
Oh, what do you care? Is it yours? So go on, ruin it. Do you have any idea how much this coat costs? Do you?
I'm very, very sorry.
Oh, I could just kill you for this. I could just kill you.
Petronella! Lekia, come back! The supper, come back!
Anna, you mustn't behave this way.
It was an accident. Anyone can have an
I
accident.
don't mean that. I mean the answering back. You must not answer back. As they are our guests, we must always show the greatest courtesy to them. We are all living under terrible tensions. That's why we must control ourselves. You don't see Margaret getting into arguments with them, do you? Watch Margaret. She's always courteous with them, never familiar. She keeps her distance, and they respect her for it. Try to be like Margaret.
And have them walk all over me the way they do her? No thanks.
I'm not afraid that anyone is going to walk all over you, Anna. I'm afraid for other people, that you'll walk on them. I don't know what happens to you. You're vile, self-willed. If I ever talk to my mother, the way you talk to
Things
me...
have changed. People aren't like that anymore. Yes, Mother. No, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. I've got to fight things out for myself. Make something of myself.
It's necessary to fight to do it. Margaret doesn't fight it, isn't she?
Margaret! That's all I ever hear from everyone. How wonderful Margaret is. Why aren't you like Margaret?
Oh, come on, Anna. Don't be
Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. I'm the goat around here. You're all against me, and you, worst of all.
Let's put the soup on the stove. If there's anyone who cares to eat, will you take the bread out, Margaret? Don't know how I can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anna. She flies at me.
You know, Anna. In half an hour, she'll be out here laughing and joking.
And I told your fathers this wouldn't work, but no, he had to ask them. He said, he owed it to him, he said. Well, now he knows that I was right. These quarrels, this bickering. Every time I hear that noise, my heart stops.
It's me.
Father,
Thank you, Margaret. Has everyone his list?
I'll get my books. Here's Thanks, here.
Is it me?
Yes, Father's gone down to let her in.
At last I'll have some cigarettes.
I can't tell you how unhappy I'm about Mrs. Van Dunn's coat. Anna never should have touched it.
She'll be alright.
Is there anything I can do?
Don't worry.
Mrs. Crawler!
How are you, Mrs. Crawler?
This is a surprise. When Mrs. Crawler comes, the sun begins to shine.
Meep is coming?
Not tonight.
Will you have a cup of coffee?
Or better still, will you have supper with us?
No, thank you.
Mrs. Crawler has something to talk over with us. Something has happened, she says, which demands an immediate decision.
What is it?
Usually when I come, I try to bring you a bit of good news. What's easy to tell you the bad news when there's nothing you can do about it. But today, something has happened. Dirk, meets Dirk, you know, came to me just now. He says he has a Jewish friend living near him, a dentist. He says he's in trouble. He begged me. Could I do anything for this man? Could I find him a hiding place? So I've come to you. I know it's a terrible thing to ask living as you are, but could you take him in with you?
Of course we will.
It'll only be for a night or two until I find him some other place. This happened so suddenly that I didn't know where to turn.
Where is he?
Downstairs in the office.
Good, bring him up.
His name is Dussel, Jan Dussel.
Dussel. I think I know him.
I'll get him.
Forgive me, I spoke without consulting you. But I knew you'd feel as I do.
There is no reason for you to consult anyone. This is your place. You have the right to do exactly as you please. The only thing I feel with such little food as it is to take in another person.
Stretch the food a little. It's only for a few days.
You want to make a bet?
I think it's fine to have him, Otto. But where are we going to put him? Where?
He can have my bed. I can sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind.
That's good of you, Peter, but your room's too small, even for you.
I have a much better idea. I'll come in here with you and Mother. I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Margaret can take Peter's room, and Peter can go in our room with Mr. Dussel.
That's right, we can do that.
No, Margaret, you mustn't sleep in there. Neither you nor Anna. Mushi has caught some rats in there. Peter's brave, he doesn't mind.
Then how about this? I'll come in here with you and Mother, and Mr. Dussel can have my bed.
No. Margaret will come in here with us and he can have her bed. It's the only way. Margaret, bring your things in here. Help her, Anna.
Why, Margaret? Why can't I come in here?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margaret to sleep beside... Please, Anna, don't argue. Please.
You don't mind sharing your room with Mr. Dussel, do you, Anna?
No. No, of course not.
Good. There's the cognac.
There. But although I was saving in case of illness.
I think we couldn't find a better time to use it. Peter, will you get 5 glasses for me?
What's happening? What's going on?
Someone's moving in with us.
In here? You're joking.
It's only for a night or two until Mrs. Crawler finds him another place.
Yeah.
Come in, Mr. Dussel.
This is Mr. Frog.
Mr. Otto Frank.
Yes, let me take your things. This is my wife, Edith. And Mrs. Van Don and Mr. Van Don. Their son, Peter. And my daughters, Margaret and Anna.
Thank you, Mr. Frog. Thank you all. Mr. Dussel, I leave you in good hands. Oh, Dirk's coat.
What can I say to thank you?
Mrs. Crawler and me, is our lifeline. Without them, we couldn't live.
Please. You make it sound so heroic. It isn't that at all. We simply don't like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
I know. No one's going to tell us Dutchmen what to do with our damn Jews.
Pay no attention to Mr. Frog. I'll come up again tomorrow to see that they're treating you right. Don't trouble to come down again. Peter will bolt the door after me, won't you, Peter?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Peter. I'll do it.
Goodbye.
Bye. Please, Mr. Dussel, have a seat.
I'm dreaming. I know it. I can't believe my eyes. Mr. Otto Frank here. You're not in Switzerland, then. A woman told me. She said she'd gone to your house. The door was open. Everything was in disorder. Dishes in the sink. She said she found a piece of paper in the wastebasket with an address scrolled on it. An address in Zurich. She said you must have escaped to Zurich.
Father put that there purposely, just so people would think that very thing.
And you've been here all this time?
All this time, ever since July.
It worked, Pim. The address you left. Mr. Dussel says that people believe we escaped to Switzerland.
I'm glad. Let's have a little drink to welcome Mr. Dussel. To Mr. Dussel, welcome. We're honored to have you with us.
To Mr. Dussel, welcome.
Welcome.
That was good.
Did Mrs. Crawler warn you that you won't get much to eat here? You can imagine 3 ration books among the 7 of us. And now you make 8.
Mr. Fondell, you don't realize what's happening outside. They should warn me of a thing like that. You don't realize what's going on. Right here in Amsterdam, every day, hundreds of Jews disappear. They surround a block and search house by house. Children come back from school to find their parents gone. Hundreds are being deported. People that you and I know, the Hollensteins, the Wessels.
No. No.
They get their call-up notice. Come to the Jewish theater in such and such a day and hour. Bring only what you can carry in a rucksack. And if you refuse to call up notice, then they come and drag you out from your home and ship you off to Mauthausen, the death camp.
I didn't know that things had gotten so much worse.
Forgive me for speaking so.
Do you know the Duvals? Do you know what has become of them? Their daughter Yopi and I are in the same class. Yopi's my best friend.
They are gone,
Gone?
with all the others.
Oh no. Not Yopi.
There were some people called Wagner.
I think we should put this off until later. We all have many questions we'd like to ask. But I'm sure that Mr. Dussel would like to be settled before supper.
Thank you. I would. I brought very little with me.
I'm sorry that we can't give you room alone, but I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. You have to make strict rules here, a schedule of hours. They'll tell you about it after supper. Anna, would you like to take Mr. Dussel to his room?
If you'll come with me, Mr. Dussel.
Forgive me if I haven't really expressed my gratitude to all of you. This has been such a shock to me. I'd always thought of myself as Dutch. I was born in Holland. My father was born in Holland. My grandfather. And now, after all these years, if you'll excuse me.
Well, here we are.
The news sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? It's so much worse than what Mrs. Crawler tells us. Mrs. Crawler says things are improving.
I like it better the way Mrs. Crawler tells it.
You're going to share a room with me.
I'm a man who's always lived alone. I haven't had to adjust myself to others. Hope you'll bear with me until I learn.
Let me help you. Do you always live all alone? Have you no family at all?
No one.
How dreadful. You must be terribly lonely.
I'm used to it.
I don't think I could ever get used to it. Don't you even have a pet? A cat or a dog?
I have an allergy for fur-bearing animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear. Peter is a cat.
Here? He has it here?
Yes, but we hardly ever see it. He keeps it in his room all the time. I'm sure it'll be all right.
Let us hope so.
That's Margaret's cot where you're going to sleep. I sleep on the bed here. We cleared this out for your things. The best part about this room, you can look down and see a bit of the street and the canal. There's a houseboat. You can see the end of it. A bargeman lives there with his family. They have a baby, and he's just beginning to walk, and I'm so afraid he's going to fall in the canal someday. I watch him.
Father spoke of a schedule.
Yes, it's mostly about the times we have to be quiet, and the times for the WC. You can use it now if you like.
No, thank you.
I suppose you think it's awful, my talking about a thing like that, but you don't know how important it can get to be, especially when you're fighting. About this room, the way Margaret and I did, she had it to herself in the afternoons for studying and reading. Lessons, you know, and I took the morning. Would that be all right with you?
I'm not at my best in the morning.
You stay here in the morning, then I'll take the afternoon.
Tell me, when you're in here, what happens to me? Where am I spending my time? In there? With all the people?
Yes.
I see.
We have supper at 6:30.
Then, if you don't mind, I like to lie down quietly for 10 minutes before eating. I find it helps digestion.
Of course. I hope I'm not going to be too much of a bother to you. I seem to be able to get everybody's back up.
I always get along very well with the children. My patients all bring their children to me because they know I get on well with them. So don't you worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dussel.
And yesterday I finished Sissy von Marksfeld's latest book. I think she's a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday, the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel. According to him, nothing, I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on at me, I thought, sometime I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is it that every grown-up thinks he knows the way to bring up children? Particularly the grown-ups that never had any. I keep wishing Peter was a girl instead of a boy. And I would have someone to talk to. Margaret's a darling, but she takes things too seriously. To pause for a moment on the subject of Mrs. Fondant, I must tell you that her attempts to flirt with father are getting her nowhere. Pim, thank goodness, won't play.
Something must be done about that child, Mrs. Frank. Yelling like that? Who knows but there's somebody on the street? She's endangering all our lives. Every night she twists and turns. I don't sleep. Spend half my night shushing her. And now it's nightmares.
You're here, safe. You see? Nothing has happened. Please, Mr. Dussel, go back to bed. She'll be herself in a minute or two, won't you, Anna?
Thank you, but I'm going to the WC. One place where there's peace.
What is it? What happened?
A nightmare. She was having a nightmare.
I thought someone was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Thank you, Peter. Go back to bed.
You want some butter? Was it a very bad dream? Perhaps if you told me.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Poor darling, try and sleep then. I'll sit right here beside you until you fall asleep.
You don't have to.
But I'd like to, really, very much.
I'd rather you didn't.
Night, Sam. You'll be all right. There's nothing that you want.
Will you please ask Father to come?
Of course, Anna, dear. Wants you.
Edith, dear.
It's all right. I thank God at least she will turn to you when she needs comfort. Go to her, Otto. She's still shaking with fear. Go to her. Well, it's nothing to do with me. She pulled away when I leaned down to kiss her.
It's a pain. You heard, Father? Most girls go through it. They turn to their fathers at this age. They give all their love to their fathers.
Not like this. You didn't shut me out. She'll get over it. Oh, Pim, I dreamed they came to get us. The green police, they broke down the door and grabbed me and started to drag me out. The way they did Yopi.
I want you to take this pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet you. Would you like me to read to you for a while?
No, just sit with me for a minute. Was I awful? Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anyone outside could have heard?
No, no. Lie quietly now. Try to sleep.
I'm a terrible coward. I'm so disappointed in myself. I think I've really conquered my fear. I think I'm really grown up. And then something happens and I run to you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone but you.
Annalyn.
It's true. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're the only one I love.
It's fine to hear you tell me that you love me. But I'd be much happier if you said you loved your mother as well. She needs your help so much. Your love.
We have nothing in common. She doesn't understand me. Whenever I try to explain my views on life to her, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You hurt her very much just now. She's crying. She's in there crying.
I couldn't help it. I only told the truth. I didn't want her here. Oh, Pim, it was awful, wasn't I? And the worst of it is, I can stand off and look at myself doing it and know it's cruel. And yet I can't stop doing it. What's the matter with me? Tell me. Don't say it's just a phase. Help me.
There is so little that we parents can do to help our children. You can only try to set a good example. Points away. The rest you must do for yourself. You must build your own character.
I'm trying. Really, I am. Every night before I go to sleep, I think back over all the things I did that day that were wrong. Like putting the wet mop in Mr. Dussel's bed. And now this thing with Mother, I say to myself that was wrong. I make up my mind I am never going to do that again. Never. Of course, I may do something worse, but I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side, Father. A sweeter, nicer side. But I'm scared to show it. I'm afraid people are going to laugh at me if I'm serious. So the mean Ann comes to the outside, and the good Ann stays on the inside, and I keep on trying to switch them around and have the good Ann outside and the bad Ann inside. Be what I'd like to be. If only...
The air raids are getting worse. They come over day and night. Pim says it should be music to our ears. The more planes come over, the sooner will come the end of the war. Mrs. Fondant pretends to be a fatalist. What will be, will be. But when the planes come over, who is the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news! The Allies have landed in Africa. Pim looks for an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Fondant longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, the Bechstein piano her father gave her, the best that money could buy. Peter would like to go to a movie. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist drill. He's afraid he's losing his touch. For myself, there are so many things. To ride a bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have new clothes from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled to overflowing and wallow in it for hours, to be back in school with my friends.
Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle the Hanukkah lights. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who hast wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, that thou hast given us life and sustenance, and brought us to this happy season. Amen.
Amen.
We kindle the Hanukkah light to remind us of the great and wonderful deeds wrought through the zeal with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple to us. May these lights remind us that we should ever look to God, whence cometh our help. Amen.
Amen.
I lift up my eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, who hath made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth Israel doth neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. He shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guard thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and forevermore. Amen.
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 That was very moving.
It isn't over yet. Sit down, sit down. There's lots more. Songs and presents.
Not this year, unfortunately.
But always on Hanukkah. Everyone gives presents. Everyone.
Like our St. Nicholas's Day.
No, like St. Nicholas. What kind of a Jew are you that, no Hanukkah?
I remember particularly the candles. First you light one, as we have tonight. Then on the second night you light 2 candles, and 3 on the next night, and so on until you have 8 candles burning. Once there are 8 candles, it is truly beautiful.
The potato pancakes.
Don't talk about them.
I make the best latkes you've ever tasted.
And you buy this all next year, in your own home.
God willing.
God willing.
What I remember best is the presents we used to get when we were little. 8 days of presents, and each day they got better and better.
They're all here, alive. So it's present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something. What is it? Presents!
L'chaim.
Time.
Look what she got on her head. A lampshade.
Oh dear, they're every which way. That's for Margaret. Read it out loud. You have never lost your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good, but if you should, put all your crosswords here. A new crossword puzzle book! Where did you ever get it?
It isn't new. It's the one you've done. But I rub it all out, and if you wait a little and forget, you can do it all over again.
It's wonderful, Anna. Thank you. You never know what was new.
Oh, Mrs. Fondant. Oh, this is awful. I haven't anything for anyone. I never thought.
This is all Anna's idea.
What is it? It's hair shampoo. I took out all the odds and ends of soap and mixed it with the last of my toilet water. Oh, thank you, Annalette. I wanted to write a poem for all of them, but I didn't have time. Yours, Mr. Fondant, is really something. Something you wanted more than anything. Look, cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
2 of them. He found some old pipe tobacco in the pocket lining of his coat, and we made them. Or rather, Pin did. It's tobacco? Really, it is. There's more fluff in it, but not much. Look at him.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
For Mother, Hanukkah greeting.
Here's an IOUs that I promise to pay, 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Sign Otto Frank.
10 hours of doing what you're told. Anything you're told,
That's right.
you wouldn't want to sell that, Mrs. Frank.
Never. This is the most precious gift I've ever had.
For Pim,
Annika, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
it's a muffler to put around your neck like an ascot, I made it myself out of odds and ends. I knitted it in the dark each night after I'd gone to bed. I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
It's fine. It fits me perfectly. Thank you, Annalette.
That's for Mushy.
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
And that's for you. For Mrs. Quack Quack. Well, open it. Aren't you going to open it?
I'm scared to. I know something's going to jump out and hit me.
Oh, it's nothing like that, really. Go on, Peter, show it. It's a safety razor,
A what?
A razor.
Oh, you didn't make that out of odds and ends.
Neve got it for me.
What?
It's not new, it's secondhand. But you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Look at his upper lip. You can see the beginning of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that. Put a little milk on it and let that cat lick it off.
You think you're funny, don't you?
Look, he can't wait. He's going in to try it.
I'm going in to give Mushy his present.
Mushy, mushy, mushy.
And last, but never least, my roommate, Mr. Dussel.
For me? You have something for me.
I made them myself.
Capsules. 2 capsules.
They're earplugs.
Earplugs.
To put in your ears so you won't hear me when I thrash around at night. Oh, I saw them advertised in the magazine. They're not real ones. I made them out of cotton and candle wax. Try them. See if they don't work. See if you can hear me talk.
Wait now, till I get them in. So.
Are you ready?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Good God, they got inside! Oh, I can't get them out! Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
A real Hanukkah.
And now let's have the song, Mother, please. Have you heard the Hanukkah song, Mr. Dussel? The song is the whole thing. Oh Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
I think that we shouldn't sing that song tonight. It's a song of jubilation, of rejoicing. One does not have to become too enthusiastic.
Oh, please, please. Sing the song. I promise not to shout.
Very well, but quietly now. I'll keep an eye on you.
You! How many times I told you? Ow! Ow!
What's the matter with you? Haven't you any sense? Get that cat out of here.
Cat?
You heard me. Get it out.
I have no cat.
It doesn't need to be the cat. His clothes are enough. When he comes out of that room...
Don't worry. You won't be bothered anymore. We're getting rid of it.
At last you listen to me.
I'm not doing this for you. That's all in your mind, all of it. I'm doing it because I'm sick of seeing that cat eat all our food.
That's not true. I only give him bones, scraps.
Don't tell me. He gets fatter every day. Damn cat looks better than any of us. Out he goes, tonight.
No. No.
Mr. Fondon, you can't do that. That's Pater's cat. Pater loves that cat.
If he goes, I go.
Go. Go.
You're not going. That cat's not going now, please. This is Hanukkah. Hanukkah. What's the matter with both of you? Come on, Anna. Let's have that song.
Oh Hanukkah, the sweet celebration.
I think we should first blow out the candles.
But,
Then we'll have something for tomorrow night.
but Father, you're supposed to let them burn themselves out.
I'm sure that God understands shortages. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who has sustained us and permitted us to celebrate in this joyous festival. Amen.
Amen. God almighty. Do you hear anything?
No. I think they've gone.
It's the Green Police. They found us.
If they had, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now.
No, it's the Green Police. They're going to get help. They told them to be back.
Or maybe the Gestapo looking for papers.
Or a thief looking for money.
Quick, we've got to do something before they come back.
There isn't anything to do. Just wait.
Get some water. Get some water.
No one's going to run water.
If they found us, they found us. Get some water. I'm going down.
No, Father, no. There may be someone down there waiting. It may be a trap.
This is Saturday. There is no way for us to know what has happened until me or Mrs. Crawler come on Monday morning. We cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't go, Father. Hush, darling, hush. Morgan, stick close.
Shush. Shush.
Moji, go upstairs and get our money. I hear you can buy the Green Police off so much ahead. Quick, and go upstairs and get the money.
Keep still.
Are you going to wait here and let them drag you off to concentration camp? Quick, do something. I tell you, go upstairs and get the money.
Will you keep still?
Somebody go after Father. Make Father come back.
I'll go. Haven't you done enough?
Please, please, Mr. Fondant, get father.
Quiet, quiet!
I lift up my eyes unto the mountains, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord who hath made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
It was a thief. That noise must have scared him away.
God.
He took the cash box and the radio. He ran away in such a hurry that he didn't stop to shut the street door. It was swinging wide open. I think it'd be good to have some light.
Are you sure it's all right?
The danger has passed. Don't be so terrified, Anna. We're safe now.
Who says the danger is past? Don't you realize we're in greater danger